Okay, so in this video, we are going to look at a kind of freehand way to factor this quadratic. So not using our beloved factoring chart that I know people didn't love as much as I did at the beginning. Okay, so first step is to look for a GCF, right? That's what we're going to go ahead. We're going to go to Desmos and use our little trick. And this is where we put our coefficients and our constants. So this is what we would type in to Desmos. Okay, this is what we put into Desmos. It's going to tell us that it is 3. Remember, if our leading term is negative, our GCF needs to be negative. And just in case, you always want to double check, is there an X in every single term? Because you could also take that out with your GCF. Okay, but for this specific example, since our leading term is not negative and there's not an X in all 3 terms, our GCF is just going to be that 3, right? So once we have identified our GCF, we need to divide out our GCF, okay? Because we want to try and simplify this as much as possible. Oopsies, there we go. Okay, 3 divided by 3 just leaves us with that x squared. Negative 6 divided by 3 gives us a negative 2. And negative 9 divided by 3 is a negative 3. Remember, whenever we divide out a GCF, we always have to put it outside of our parentheses like this. Right? So from here, we can factor. All right? We're going to list all the factors of 3 that we can think of. The only numbers that can multiply to give you 3 are 1 and 3. We look at our signs. Since both of them are negative, this tells us that our larger factor is negative and our smaller factor is positive. So it's a positive 1 and a negative 3. When we add those together, 1 minus 3 gives us a negative 2. And we want to make sure that we have the pair that's going to multiply to negative 3. 1 times negative 3 does equal negative 3. And it needs to add to this middle number. 1 minus 3 does equal negative 2. All right, bring that GCF down. That's got to be with you every single step of the way. Our 2 factors, x plus 1 and x minus 3. Okay, that's how you'd go about solving this quadratic, or sort of freehand method, instead of using our chart.